Hi guys, and welcome to Scrapbrat. I'm Cindy, and we're starting with a messy desk today. So we are participating in the hashtag ABC April 2026, and it's put on by Margaret at Seven Plaza and Tony over at Crafty by Tony. And today we are doing the letter L, hence the lace. so, uh, and I also have a few other L's you may or may not have access to. Leather. So, and we'll do a couple others. But I do have some options for leather, and we're going to go over those as we go. One of them would be faux leather. These are fake. so um, that would be one option. A couple of other options would be to make fake leather from paper, and I do that with Amazon paper, and I will try and link the video below to where I do that. And I mentioned my friend Candy over at Candy's Crafty Creations. She also does it, and I believe her video is linked to my video. So I want to clean off my desk, and we'll just get started. Okay, so we're just going to get right in it. And I want to show you, these came out of a like a samples type book. This one, the label is pretty clean. They had labels stuck to the back of them. Some of them are pretty gnarly looking. And my idea is to turn one of these into a tag and a couple of these into a tag. But to do that, I kind of want this stickiness. See, they're stick together, and I don't want them sticking to anything in my journal. But it's a good variety if you can find someone on, if you have an upholstery shop local, you could talk to them about getting some of their old samples or scraps. I have scraps too, but these are already pre-cut, so those are better. Leather's hard to cut. These I picked up at a resale shop. And like I said, they are faux leather, like patches. So there's those. And I told you how you can get the faux leather look. You can take a leather skirt or a pair of pants or even a leather jacket and buy it from the local thrift store and cut it up and end up with lots of really nice leather. But what we're going to do is we are going to take and put something on the back of here because, like I said, we're going to make it into a tag. I'm not worried about the shape of it. I like the kind of rugged look, but I don't like the back. I mean, I love the back of it, but I don't like this. It's sticky, and I figure if I put something on the back of it, then we will be better. So we're going to experiment today, and we are going to try to protect our table. And we are going to try to put freezer paper on the back of this. Now, if it doesn't work, y'all will know not to do that, but hopefully it works. So I'm just going to line it up as close as possible to our side, and I'm just going to take a little piece and we're just going to cut it off. We shall see if this works. I mean, it works for everything else. So, and if you didn't want to use freezer paper, I'm sure you could probably just put coffee dyed paper on the back of it. It'd probably work just fine. But I'm going to try something a little different today. So this is what we're doing. And I think I just moved it, but that's okay. Now I have a piece of parchment paper. Pardon the loud, family. I have a piece of parchment paper on the outside of it. I have an Amazon packaging to protect my desk, and I have a tea towel to protect my iron because I cannot find my craft iron. So, and I already have this heated up, and we're just gonna hope for the best. That's what we do here. Yes, sir, Bob. So we're just gonna iron this guy down. And if you don't have these sticky labels on the back, you wouldn't have to worry about this. Or if you used faux leather or a pair of pants from the thrift store, or if you made your own faux leather paper, out of paper, you would have a smooth back, and it would be easy to glue another piece of paper to the back of it. So we're just going to kind of give this a little bit of time. Okay, we're just going to give it a little check. It's not sticking good enough for me. Who are we kidding? I don't use my household iron to iron clothes any longer. We're going to just use it. It'll be fine. It'll be just fine. Need to give it a good chance to adhere to the leather because it's not a very smooth surface that we're trying to stick to. Let's see what we got. That looks much better. Okay, let's give it a second to cool. That's much better. Okay, we're going to set this guy aside to cool. And it doesn't look like it damaged our leather any. So we're just going to sit him over here because he's hot. Okay, let's see if there's another one that do we want to do one of these? I think we want to do one of these, although it's going to be hard to cut that out. Let's do one of these. Let's find one that's got a sticky back on it. That one's kind of ugly. That's really thick. That one's kind of rustic looking. Ew, I like this one. No, and that one's really sticky. Let's do those. So we're going to cut these real quick. Cut a piece big enough for these. Not quite. All right. Cut these out real quick. And then I will see, it's got hair and gunk stuck to it. That's exactly what we're trying to avoid. Because that's no good. We don't want that. Okay. So I'm going to glue these guys down. And I'm just going to do them just like this. We're just going to flip them over. And we're going to place them here. Give them a little bit of space so it's easy for us to cut them out. Make sure we have enough coverage on them. And yeah. And we're just going to glue these guys down. And then we'll cut them out. Just want to show you the last few. Just take it up. Oops. Up to the edge. Shaky now. We're just going to go up to the edge of the leather and kind of use it as a guide. Kind of like you would anything that you've overwent with your paper. Now it is a little wrinkled, like I said, because it's an uneven surface that we're putting this on. This is the faux leather would probably be a little bit smoother. It may not. I don't know. We're not experimenting with it today. We're experimenting with real leather, and we're getting a little bit of a distressed edge, which is totally fine. And I do want to show you some that are going to be making an appearance later in the video, but these are what we have. And they seem to be stuck down pretty good. This one's actually pretty smooth, but they seem to be stuck down pretty good. And we have these two. This one's a fairly thick one, and I only glued over where the label was. And these guys are going to be coming back later in the video because, well, I had a little bit of extra paper and I wasn't about to go over and put it in my closet with the rest of the roll and waste not, want not. So I wasn't going to throw it away. So this is our scrap from the little piece that we had. Well, plus a few more pieces about like that. So that's not too bad. Okay. And we're going to put this guy to the side. He's done for today. And I'm going to go ahead and put my iron away and we're going to get a couple of supplies out and then we'll get started on these. These guys are for later. Okay guys, now because today letter is L, we're also going to add ledger. I don't have any that is coffee dyed, so we're just going to use a piece of new ledger and we're going to distress it and make it look old. And I could have just put this on the back of here, but like I said, we're experimenting today, so that's what we're doing. Plus, I don't think it would have been smooth. I don't think it would have stuck well. I mean, the freezer paper is basically plastic. It has plastic on a plastic coating on it. It is not wax paper. It's actual Reynolds freezer paper, Luna. So sorry. So that's my little dog in case you've never been here before. She's usually very good, but she has been on high alert because, you know, it's springtime here and animals make noise. And she hasn't lived here her entire life. I'm kidding, she has. But she doesn't like the animals making noise. She thinks she needs to tell us. So, but we are, we're going to back some of these with freezer paper. I may back some of the other ones with other kinds of paper. Not sure yet. We'll see. But we are going to back a couple of these. And apparently we're going to end up with wrinkles anyways. But that's okay. Because we're going to make it look distressed anyways. Let's see. We've got that one going that way. How about we use the next one right next to it? And we're just going to go ahead and put a little glue down. And we're going to put a little extra glue around the edge. But yeah, this is waxed on one side. It's got like a plastic, not waxed, but it's got like a plastic coating. So it basically melts. Use a well-ventilated area when you iron it. But and those who are just stopping by, please excuse my nails. It is spring and we finally have the garden in. So, but my nails show it. So I apologize. Okay, hopefully that is straight-ish on here. Okay. All right, so we are going to go ahead and cut this guy. And we're going to let him dry for a minute. And then we'll cut those out. And then we'll get started decorating and on to a few other ideas that I have for the leather and the lace. Okay, we're going to cut a couple of these, the tops. I call it dog ears. I don't know what it's actually called, but I'm going to show you a couple of these. We're just going to take a tag and we're just going to nip the top off the angles that we want. We're just going to make them into a tag shape. Easier said than done. Gonna need sharp scissors to do that, and it still looks wonky, but that's okay, guys. Wonky still works in my book. And we'll probably cut holes in them. This one's really thick. So we will, and then I will decorate a few of them. I will put you guys on 2 times speed for that, so you don't have to watch me struggle to make decisions. And then we'll come back and we will do a couple of more things, but we're going to do the tags first. So y'all hang tight and enjoy the music. Hey guys, let's make the rest of these and then we'll go over what we made. Hope you enjoyed the music. Hopefully it wasn't too loud. I know sometimes it's a little loud and I apologize for that. Now this one did have a sticker, but it's not super sticky, so I'm not that concerned about it. So we're going to take these because they were already riveted together and I took them apart. There was a stack. And we're going to make it into a journal, right? Sure. I mean, that's what it looks like to me, or a little notepad. Yeah, so that's what we're going to do with him. And I just took some scrap. You obviously don't have to use the same papers as me. You don't have to use the leather. You can use whatever you already have. Use what you own, as Debs says over at the Creative Book Shack. Use what you own. Okay, let's do this. Oh boy, we got something stuck in there. Excuse my reach. Been poking through leather, so there we go. We're just using the piece of leather, obviously, to line up our holes. Now, if you had a piece of leather or cardstock or whatever that you're making this with that did not already have holes. Just pin them all together and poke holes that way. Hopefully I didn't move it too much. Okay, so we're just going to take, and I poked these earlier because they are smaller, so I didn't want to not have adequate area to do what I wanted to do. So we're just going to take some just regular old waxed thread. And we're going to make us a little journal here. Okay, so we're just going to come up through this one. Now we're going to come up through this one. Now, if you didn't have the different size papers, obviously, you could just do them all at once. Because I have the fun size little music paper, we're going to kind of do it a little different. So we're just going to line all these up and get them on here. And if I struggle with it too much, guys, I'll cut it out. Because today is a shaky day. So sorry. Very sorry. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and put some more in. Get our last piece on. Yes, I paused you while I struggled with it. So, didn't want you to have to sit and watch that mess. Okay, so get our journal all lined up and get our little, you could do this with not 3-ring because we only have 2 holes, but you could use the little ring binders. You could use bulb pins, you could use brads to hold it into place. You could use all kinds of stuff. And I'm just going to tie a little bow. And there is our little notebook journal that's made, that's made from leather. So that is done. We're not going to decorate him. I will do that at a later date. My hands are so sticky. Everything's sticking to me. Okay. Now we have another one made like that we don't have to just turn them into tags. We could turn them into a pocket. So this one, I had this set up, but of course I moved everything. So we're going to do it again. I think this is a sticker. Oy, oy, oy. We're going to just cut him out a little bit. He's got way too much white for me. So we're just going to roughly fussy cut. Feel free to skip ahead. I'll try and be quick. So have you found any new people that you are watching from the ABC April? Have you come across any new people? I don't have a list. I want you to know that I have found people and I'm going to put them in the description box. There's a couple of them that I would like to put, I would like to do an actual shout out, and I don't have a list today. So I'm not going to do one and not all of them. But please check out my description box because I put other creators in there that I'm watching, and they're 99% of the time always small creators. I do that to help promote them, help people find them, I guess. I mean, if you found me, you may find them. I mean, I'm small too, so there's that. But it's a great community, and yeah, and we try to support each other. So we're going to do, with sticky hands, we're going to take, I think we're going to do something like this, because we're going to put letters in for our L2. Shaky, shaky now. Come on. I'm going to do them about like that. And I want this little thing. It says, in days of yore, there was believed that those who home sheltered a nesting bird enjoyed good health, happiness, and prosperity. May the legend prove true for you. And I have a little stack of these. I used to make book stacks with birds' nests on them, and I would put these on every. They have birds and birds' nests and stuff, but I used to put them in a little shop, and I would put one of these in every one of them. So I have lots of them, but now I use them to craft because I don't make the book stacks anymore. Okay, so we're going to put this as our little letter inside of our, it fits. So we're just going to put a little bit of ink on it. We're going to stick that in there. And then we're going to move this guy to the side. And we're going to take this one. That's fantastic. And it hit the floor. It is gone forever now. Okay. We're just going to get out another one. We're going to take and we're going to put these guys in. Don't drop it, Cindy. And I'm going to hope this works for me. I struggle with this contraption. And I think I messed it up. Yeah, of course you did. You know, the ones I did earlier are actually We Are Memory Keepers, and this one I don't think is. Actually, I think this one's the wrong size. No wonder it's not working. Ugh. It's a good way to mess up my crocodile. Right? Yeah. Yeah, see, works so much better when you use it right. Can I get that one out? Nope. That's okay. It's all right. I'm so used to messing these up that I have a system. I may have to pause you. Wasn't too bad. Gonna try it again. Try it again. No, that didn't sound good. At least I can get the ribbon through it. That's all that matters. Okay. So we are going to make this little guy into a pocket. And hopefully I haven't moved my ephemera around too awful much over there. I just have a little dog making an awful lot of noise over here. Hopefully you can't hear her. She's a very noisy girl lately. Okay. I'm just going to pull it through like that. Because I just want enough to tie a little bow. And to thread this through. That's all I want. But yeah, so I will try to remember to have, yeah, you don't want it like that. No. Put it over here. We'll try to remember to have a list together because I have quite a few that I have recently started watching. I need to play catch up with everyone. But we are finishing up the greenhouse today. We got the garden planted, and yeah, so there's lots of our spring chores are coming to a close, I guess. So that's good. There we go. And I want to thank y'all for bearing with me. Appreciate you. Okay, so we are going to take, and we're going to take this guy, that guy, and that guy. And I'm not going to distress this or anything. I'll show you when we watch, when we look at the ones that I did off camera, and I will show you how some of them we distressed. Speak up, Cindy. And we're just going to put this little guy down. I have determined he is not a sticker. Lay down, Oony Boony. Okay, so there is our little pocket. We just glue them down on 3 sides and we have a little pocket. Okay, now I told you these guys were going to make an appearance, and here we are. So because of the stickiness that they had on them, I decided that if I put a piece of the freezer paper on it, the stickiness would be gone, and I would still be able to put a pocket on the back of it, and I would be able to keep the leather, which is one of the cool things about leather is, it's leather. So we are just going to take and we're going to put a piece of paper down on the back of this. Very simple, very, very easy for this one. Okay. I think little Oony Boony is hungry over there, so I'm going to have to go feed her. Poor little thing. Poor little starving Marvin. She's been in here with Mama for a minute. Okay, so let's wipe some of that off. I don't want to get that on my scissors. There we go. So we just have a little piece of music paper, and now it is a pocket. Let's find something. Here we go. Now it's got a pocket. So you could go ahead and make this into a tag. You could take and decorate it on the front. I am just going to do a little distressing on it because I want to show you how cool this is. We're not going to make that one, but I want to go over the stuff that we did make. I just wanted to put a piece of lace on it. That one maybe I'll just leave plain. But this, get your sander out, guys. That one I'm not going to do, but I will do this one. Okay, look. Let's do it this way. If you keep it in one direction, lines will be going the same direction. So how stinking cool is that? And here we go. And then you can come back through if you wanted to round your corners or whatever. And you could just go over your edges to darken them back up. Or just hang tight. I have another one that we're gonna just give it a try, because you know, what's the worst that could happen? Shoe polish, because it's made for leather. It is made for leather. So we're just gonna see what happens. We're just gonna see. So of course it's gonna kind of take some of our distressing away, because that's what it does, is it gets rid of scratches on our shoes. So we're gonna come back in with the black, and we're just gonna go around the edge. We're just going to kind of maybe take and just see what we can do with it. Can we kind of buff it in a little bit? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of liking it. It's still distressed. That looks like an old book cover, and I love it. So, yes. And it's got a little pocket on the back. So, I'm going to play with this one, I guess, off camera. And I want to show you what else we made. So, we did that one. We did this little pocket, little embellished pocket. We did our little leather journal. Now, this one is not done yet because it's not dry. I took glossy accents and I made little raindrops. So I can put that on front, and I'm only going to glue it along the bottom so it's a little tuck spot on the front of the tag. And it's got the distressed ledger on the back. So we'll finish that one up. And we also have this one, which has a little belly band. And it has a little bit of decoration on the back. This is just the plain freezer paper. And we have this one, has a little belly band, and I put a eyelet through it. It has distressed ledger on the back. And we have this one that is actually a little belly band with little letters down the front of it. And it has coffee dyed paper. We have this pretty lady that has pearls and foo-foo stuff and music paper. And I have this one that I made for a pocket. And I distressed it a little bit. And I went over it with faded jeans, I think is what it is. And I left it kind of rough cut because, well, I like it. And this one, I went over and distressed it. And I made it into a tag. And it's got some coffee dyed lined paper on the back. So that is our leather and lace and letters and ledger. So that is what we came up with for it. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you stuck around this long, please consider subscribing and liking the video and sticking around for a while, because I greatly appreciate each and every single one of my subscribers. And we do Joy Mail, and we do it once a month. We do it I'll link the video below, but we do it once a month for one subscriber and for one creator. And I send out Joy Mail, but I will link the video below in the comments so you can see what Joy Mail is all about. I just want to say thanks very much for stopping by and spending time with me today. And y'all go out and do something to spread joy today, guys, and love one another and be kind to yourself and others. And thanks a lot. Much love. Bye.